Hey everybody, Mr. Antonucci here, and in this video, we're diving into the 2025 AP Stats free response questions. Whether you've already taken the test and want to see how you did, or you're prepping for next year, this walkthrough is for you. We're going to talk through some of the key concepts, some strategies, some common mistakes, and most importantly, solve the problem for you. So number four, our full inference procedure. This question focuses on a one sample z-test for proportions. Here, Karen believes her school uses an app more than the national rate of 22%. The task was to run a full hypothesis test. Make sure you do the state, plan, do, conclude, and at the 0.05 significance level. State, we wish to test the hypothesis the null p equals 0.22 with the alternative p greater than 0.22. So remember, based on the context, this is a one-sided test where p equals the true proportion of all high school students at Karen's school who use the app to help them with their homework at least once per week. We defined our parameter in the full context, and we also stated the significance level. Our next step is the plan step. So in our plan step, we are listing the inference procedure we're using, which is a one sample z-test for proportions. And we need to check the conditions. It's not enough to just write random 10% large counts and put a check mark. You need to state how they are actually satisfied. So for random, you would write random sample of 130 students. 10%, you have to show that the sample size, 130, is less than 10% of the 2,000 students at the school, which it is. The large counts condition, you have to show that the expected proportion of successes and failures based on the null proportion of 0.22 are both greater than or equal to 10. You would not use the actual results for this sample there. The next step we're going to do is the actual do step. So for the do step, we need to calculate our z-score, which is the proportion of the sample, so 38 out of 130, minus the null proportion, 0.22, divided by the standard deviation, 0.22 times 0.78, all over the sample size of 130, and this is going to give us 1.99. So the p-value, based on a z-score of 1.99, is going to be 0.023. If you draw the graph, you would have the normal probability, the mean of 0.22, and you'd be up here at a z-score of 1.99, which is 0.2923. That's what the sample proportion would be as a decimal, and we'd shade to the right to show that. And then finally, we have our conclude step where we state our conclusion based on our p-value. Because 0.023 is less than our significance level of 0.05, we reject the null and have convincing statistical evidence to support Karen's belief that a greater proportion of students at her high school use the app weekly than those in the country overall. I'll write that out for you. So here we have our conclusion written out for you, and that concludes question number 4. Now, overall, the 2025 FRQs hit all the big ideas, comparing distributions, experimental design, probability, inference, and communication. So let me know in the comments which question you found the toughest or the most interesting. And make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any more videos that I'm putting out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.